I think we need to probably be very specific there individually about that's not an acceptable remedy.
I drove around today too, and I got a couple more addresses that you might be interested in.
Yep.
One's 624 High Street, the other one's 608 High Street. One of those is Baldy's old house. There's some lawnmower and stuff back there, but I'm more concerned about the house. There's a pickup out there that I know doesn't move.
It's down over here, isn't that that house we were after? Who's bought?
What is Baldy's real name? Anything know?
Steve, I think.
Steve Beckman.
There you go, yeah.
Oh, up there.
Yeah, but see, he moved up to the apartments now.
Yeah, he's a kid.
So nobody's living in that house. That's another house that I'm pretty sure somebody said there's raccoons in.
Oh,
It's, you know, and Steve was in here changing utilities or whatever, commenting about the house. You know, that's why he moved, was because of the condition of the house. It's not habitable.
Well, I'm sure probably he's gonna let it go back to taxes, or the state's gonna take it or something, but I don't know, maybe if we send them a letter, maybe they'll do something, and somebody could buy it and do something.
Who's the guy that used to be the plumber years ago? Didn't he live down there? He rained. There's an old pickup back there, and that's a eyesore.
And I'm more concerned about that one as a health thing than it is as an eyesore, because I mean, it's not falling down, but you could see the foundation's crumbling in the back.
But if there's coons in there, we won't want that, because
Right.
it bites some kid.
But I really think if they just put it for sale sign and offer it for little or nothing, somebody who's building all these duplexes would maybe buy it, and we'd have something good there. But the other one, I know that's a rental property. Larry Ricks is who lives there.
That one was actually pointed out to me, and then we went ahead and looked at it. It looked a little dirty and cluttered, but I didn't necessarily see what it was.
I just thought if we're gonna get these other ones, because some of these other ones are not as bad as that one.
It doesn't hurt to ask them to clean it up, and then if they don't, we can always tell them. Either way, it'll work.
What
Okay.
is the, ordinance read as far as like just, the, like, yard waste-ish stuff, like, and it's not from the ice storm, but it was where that one house was torn down on the lake, like around this time last year. I think it was for sale for a long time, and
Sure,
somebody
yeah,
bought it and
yeah.
whatever. And there's just a lot of like roots and, that kind of thing in that lot. And again, it's on the
Oh,
lake,
yeah.
so I don't know if,
Is that the one by
Ziggy's
Riley's?
old place.
Yeah, Swain's.
Yeah, Swain's house.
Swain's old place.
Ziggy's old place there.
since they've torn it down, it's been there ever since, so it's not like, debris from the storms or anything. I just don't know.
They haven't gone any further with it, they just tore the
It
house
just kind
down
of-
and
yeah,
piled
then-
crap there. And the trees and stuff. And
But I don't know, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it certainly doesn't look very nice.
Jerry, he said he was gonna move that to this, cut it up, move to the street,
All right.
is what Denny told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what place you're talking about,
He didn't say what year, though.
Well, he wanted to do it before the city
I said, if
stopped.
he wants us
because
to haul it away, it has to happen in the next.
You better hurry up.
I told him that, John.
What's this story about? So, Scott, what's the story on this one here, with the trampoline?
It's not really the trampoline, it's more the,
Hot tub that's
more the hot tub.
outside it.
Been there for
Is
that what it
3
is?
years.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure that one out.
Where's that
Yeah.
at?
Might be a dog house by now.
That's not.
Could be.
That's right next to where the dog.
Yeah,
Right
It's right
about it.
next to the dog.
On Bryant?
Yeah. First house right here at
Oh,
the
it's
top.
right across the way from me?
Yeah, right across.
Oh, good. Surprised I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, look, the yellow thing is
He
upside
told
down.
us 2 years ago.
Okay, I didn't know what we were looking for there.
I think kids might be using it as an igloo.
I didn't know what it was. I mean, I said trampoline and a propane tank.
Yeah, that was one of them things for little kids,
I thought it was the clutter here. I didn't know what it was. Okay.
The one out
That's
at
it.
151 Lakewood, that lady is, I don't know if she went to the hospital or whatever, she's got admitted, and I was told today that she won't be returning. So I
Actually,
don't
that,
know, is there any relatives? I don't know who did it.
There's, like a son, I think, that
I
is
was told her
there,
son died,
oh,
unless there's another one.
like, since last year, that's since last summer. Oh,
no.
well then I don't know.
Actually, I talked to Royce about
Boston,
it,
Denver.
because he had went out there and there was
That was your barn.
He actually broke in because the neighbors were worried about, she's got animals in the house and she hadn't been there for a while.
Right, yeah.
He got in and gave him some food and water, and they're trying to figure out who to contact.
That's part of the reason she's sick, because of her lifestyle with them animals. She hasn't, all she does is let them deputate inside, lays down new newspapers. When that gets dirty, lays down new newspapers. Doesn't take anything out of it.
I don't know if there's...
It's a health hazard for her herself, really.
Where's the help?
Just trying to find out today if
Where's the
there's
county help?
That's what needs to be
I
done.
only ever saw a middle-aged guy there, but that's been since last summer. I never saw him in the winter.
We were talking about that here a while back when we transported her. I mean, she smells, she has an alcohol problem, but the house itself, the Department of Health needs to check that baby out, because it's not, you shouldn't be living in the spring green. She has respiratory problems, well, why would you living in that, you know?
Well, that's the problem we have with the
I
capital.
mean, well, yeah, and that's basically what it is, John. There's probably 15 layers of papers in there, through the whole house.
Maybe that's where it is.
Underneath Sonny's addition last June.
That's why I'm wondering if there is any relatives, because she just adds layers to the paper, she doesn't
Yeah.
change them.
She owns a couple
It's gonna
properties in
turn out like
Carroll.
that
It ain't
last
because she
house.
don't have money.
What's her name?
Remember, something up there on top. That one.
What? I don't know.
It was right there by Steve Shaw.
So can you call the county health sanitarium or whatever? and-
We've already contacted
Oh,
them, but
yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
I'm
needs to
trying to
be
figure
done.
out.
It's part of her health problem too.
It's gonna turn out as bad or worse than the last one.
The one
Well,
up here.
worse, but-
It was a burning house now.
Yeah, but- And
That's
that's,
a good thing that somebody will want that.
All three houses
It's got a
that
heck of
sold,
a value.
it's all three sold for $200 million.
Yeah.
$200,000 in that house.
It's valuable, it's just.
So what do we need to do, approve them all?
It doesn't have pulpers.
Is that what we need, a motion?
30 days or 2 weeks?
30 days would put you out in the middle of May.
May.
See, and then by the time we took any action,
It wouldn't happen.
it still wouldn't happen by Memorial
Just give
Day.
them 2 weeks, none of that stuff takes
None
more
of
than
it,
2 weeks.
yeah,
That's
none
what
of
I'm
it
saying.
is
The weather's
major.
You're like this cook, when I can go out there in 15 minutes and pick that
Yeah,
up.
that's just behind the garage. None of it's major that has to be moved, I'd say 2 weeks.
If all these cars run, it shouldn't be a problem.
There you
Yeah, there
go.
you go.
But
With a couple of them that I,
I'm not talking about this.
Janine Baker might take a semi-load.
a couple of them that would be problematic within 2 weeks would be all the finishing of the project. And that probably is a month, give them some extra time to get the darn thing done, but
At least show some
Yeah, just
improvement, show some progress. I mean, progress has been
get
nothing.
them jacked up
You
again.
think he's
really.
gonna come to the council meeting on that one?
But the other one, this concerns me a little bit, would be Bill Clausen's, you know, and how you approach that situation.
I don't know.
But hasn't it kind of always looked like that?
Oh, yeah.
Ever since I've been here, it looked like that, so why are we choosing now? Because he doesn't own
It's on the
an important
entrance.
Now they're
business?
It's on the entrance to the motel.
Well, I know, I mean, I'm saying it needs to be cleaned up, I'm just, when I first saw that, I'm like, well, why are we choosing to do this now? The timing was just interesting, but I think we should do it.
Ted made a good point.
It wasn't always
They
always
were
annexed.
annexed in before, once they annexed in, now they're under the seawall.
Yeah.
Well, what we can do is attempt to try them and see how far we can get.
I made an attempt, I didn't go too far with it, but I did create a little bit of steam, so I don't think it's gonna go very far. Wasn't real happy with it.
What are we gonna tell them they need to do? I mean, there's 3 different pictures here, so
Well, clean up the
4
brush
different
for one
pictures.
thing.
The brush, I
And,
mean, it's just
you know,
unruly.
Clean up the clutter, clean up the unruly brush.
When the one side of the old bait shop was nothing but junk.
I know. That's a valuable property.
Exactly.
That's an old, what, stagecoach house?
Mm-hmm. Supposedly.
We've got an old camper that's been back there for what, 20 years?
Stagecoach gotta stay in that.
Stagecoach. That's where the horses are tied to.
They're buried out back. Oh, boy, okay.
So the motion is to start the process, would that be a fair
So
assessment?
give them 2 weeks, I think that's kind of what
I think so.
the deal is, because you give them a month, they'll take a month, and then
Yeah.
we'll still have,
We still do.
That's a motion, Whitey?
that's a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call.
Okay,
I'm gonna do
thank you.
that. Yes.
Trader?
Yes.
Vogel, no?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Huss?
Yes.